Hello, 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 everybody. Today is going to be a special live stream, and we're probably going to do this more often. I'm so excited about it. We are going to do a live coaching session for Annika, who is a quantum queen. She was a Montessori, and she talked about parenthood, and that was her niche. And I mean, she's had thousands and thousands of people to, register for her webinars and really want to hear what she has to say about this topic, but her passion is no longer there for this topic. So, what her passion is for is what her podcast is about, which is about empowering women and then helping them to create, like, get out of where they are into like having personal development and creating a business that's going to be amazing. And so there's some skills that Anika has that we can easily create. Probably $30,000 a month is her intention. So we're going to talk about how to create this, what her offer suite needs to look like, and then we're going to talk about all of the energetics that she needs to tap into in order to make this month her best month ever. Okay, so Nika, would you introduce yourself to everyone?
Woo! Thank you, Christine. My name is Annika Nielsen. I'm based in Tallinn, Estonia. And Estonia is like super small country. Our population is 1.3 million, and it's in Northern Europe, near Finland, Sweden. So now you will get the picture. And yeah, I'm doing business in Estonian language. And as Christine mentioned, I started my online journey year and a half ago. And so far, I have had I think now it can be like 6,000 people who have signed up for my webinars about Montessori and peaceful parenting, caring discipline, and all these topics. And I'm also trained Montessori teacher myself. I had my own daycare, like almost 2 years. And yeah, but the life is always switching. So, and now I'm also in the process that I started the Montessori and parenting journey because of my own kids. But now they are a little bit older, and it's not like my daily focus anymore. And it's just not about motherhood. It's more about personal development and starting your own business as a woman, and all this personal development, entrepreneurship, and also managing kids and family between all of this.
I love this. Thank you for introducing yourself, Anika. Everyone that's joining, I see there's a couple, like five of you on live. Let me know who you are. Have you ever wanted to create a multiple five-figure month? If you have, put some ones in the comments, say heck yes, because everything that I'm going to be teaching Anika and walking her through, you will be able to implement in your business as well. So let me know that you're super excited about this. So, Anika, now that you discovered it, what was it? Was it yesterday? I feel like the days are passing so fast.
Yes, yesterday evening we were discussing it.
So this is also another reason why I know Anika can have her biggest month ever, because she takes action. She takes action. She takes action. I see Kruti's here. Hello. She takes action. So because she takes action, this is why she's going to be able to do this. And so, okay, so Anika, you tell everybody your intention is to have a $30,000 cash month. And so when you left your message in the chat, you said that you had a couple of things that you've got going on, right? You have these webinars that you did that were leading people to 197 euro, 297 euro products. You also would love to launch a new program that's called the Modern Woman Academy. That is going to be a 4-month program where it deep dives into helping them create their own online business. And, you're going to be talking about mindset all the way into the practical. I saw, and this was going to be 997 euro. And so I had a couple of ideas for you as far as if it's a $30,000 month, let's get a little practical. So you have about 6,000 people on your email list now. When you had your most successful launch, how many people bought your item, the thing that you were selling?
Usually my conversion rate has been around 1%. So,
Okay. So about
the
1%.
most popular was like I had over 2,000 signups for my webinar, and I had like 22 people who bought my offer.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so you 22 people. And so if we think about a $30,000 month, oftentimes it's where you've created some monthly recurring revenue, or you have some higher ticket things or a super hot audience, right? Those are like some of the things that you would need in order to decide, okay, 30,000, euro, dollars, doesn't matter. Like, what do I need? Right. And so first, let me look at the comments. Kruti is like, heck yes, I would like a multiple 5-figure month. Carrie Ann is here and she says, I love this, taking action to set up a $30,000 month. Let's do this. Okay. So we know that you can easily get, I want you to know that whatever you've done in the past, that is the floor. You can easily get it. So we know we can get 20 people into some of your programs. Also, we talked and you said it wasn't like you were sending multiple emails a day. Like, you know what I mean? So there's ways that we can up and increase and improve your promotion. And so let's talk about first what we're going to do to automate the Montessori parenting side of your business first. And then let's go into what we're going to do with the new piece of your business. So tell me, what products do you have in the Montessori parenting part of your business? And then I'm going to mute myself so I can take some notes.
Yes, basically I have two pre-recorded web courses. One is 5 modules about caring discipline. And I was actually selling it before 237, but it was with live support. What I have seen in Estonia that people actually don't use the live support at all. So I was always alone on my calls. And that's why I also decided, like, why not to sell what I already have? And get aware about this imposter syndrome, that it's not like good enough and I should record it again and all these things. So I did the flash sale for 97 euros. And I think I got like 6 or 7 sales. And it's up there. And I also have pretty okay a webinar already recorded, but it was like different bonuses and like this live support. And that's why I felt like maybe I should record the webinar again. And then the second offer is supporting your young child at home, like young child development from ages basically 1-year-old to 6-year-old. And this goes really deep in Montessori pedagogy, like everything you should know about the child development, like what is going on with your child and how you can support as a mother at home, like preparing the environment or just being aware what is going on with your child. And this is the course what I was selling 297. And last year I did a shorter course and this was like 87 euros, but now I made it like bigger one. And last launch I did like 297.
Okay,
And
so let me double check. I want to what I wrote down. You have 2 courses, one with 5 modules, one with how many modules? It doesn't matter.
I think it's 7 maybe.
7 modules. Both of these I feel like could be 297. Like you can make both of them 297. So if we made both of these 297, the person that buys the first one, would they be the same person that would buy the second? Like you could bundle these together?
Yeah. Currently it has that some people have bought both of my courses.
Okay.
Already, so yes, because they are not like they are not the same topic, because one is about supporting the child development, the other is like what tools to use when I need to discipline my child, like why my child doesn't listen me. So they are like, yeah, it can be bundled.
So let's keep it simple. What we're going to do, looking at the Montessori piece, the piece that you're not, you have assets, but you no longer want to teach this again. And let's do both of those classes at $297. And then you do a bundle of them for like $497. So that means they just $200 extra dollars. They can get both of them, or they can buy them separate and have to pay almost $600.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a bundle. So you have a bundle and then you have the separate ones. I know you have webinars already, but let's record 2 webinars specifically on topics that would lead into one of the classes, right? So the first one with the, let's say, calm parenting or whatever, do another webinar on that, because you already have 6,000 people on your email list that would want to see that. So I want you to just, send it to them, say, hey, I'm going to be live for a master class that is going to teach you XXX. You come this day, like promote it and make it free, and then record that as a master class / webinar.
Mm-hmm.
Then in that webinar, you're going to sell whatever course, right? The one about the parenting, you're going to sell that, and then also sell the bundle. Okay. And then
Mm-hmm.
do another one, maybe a couple weeks later, and it'll be like another webinar we're going to do, and it's going to be for the other topic, right? Focused on selling the other course and then also selling the bundle.
Sounds good.
You see?
I already created a Webinar Jam account.
Okay, yay. So you have Webinar Jam, and I believe it's Webinar, right?
Yeah,
Webinar is the
they
one
are
that's
both.
free.
It's like a small side
Okay,
thing,
yes.
but they are both the same, because I think it's like if you record the webinars, you can automate them later and all these things.
That's what we want. We want you to be able to record and have webinar, have those classes automated, so
Mm-hmm.
that once they are recorded, you never have to promote them again, because they're already there. So I'm going to drop in our, let me see if I have that link. Here it is. Yes, I'm going to put it here.
And who wants to start? The first 14 days is $1.
Yes, you might as well.
You can try it out.
The trial, there it is. That's the Webinar, because once you record it, you just upload it to Webinar, and then you set it on something, and then you can continually promote this to your list that they want this. So you could do it like a couple of emails a week that's saying, check this out, or you can do what you do so well, is ads. Those of you who don't know, Annika is amazing at ads. She used ads to create this $6,000, 6,000 person list. And people, like, she had 1,400 people that came to her last webinar, that signed up for her webinar, because she knows how to do ads so well. And so we're going to talk about that, because I believe that's a huge selling point when we talk about what you're going to do for the women. But she's very good at it. She keeps it very simple. And she's just very good. So when you set up these webinars, then you can just set an ad to it, and then it automatically is selling. Now, what you need to do, once people sign up and they come to the webinar, I want you to create a 5 to 7 email sequence that is going to sell the bundle or the course. Like, they'll do both, right? You'll say, hey, you can get this or get both of the things for the bundle. And what it's going to do is you are going to have, it's just going to be a really nice sequence so that the people can say yes to what they learned in the webinar. They can watch the replay, and then they can see that this is the next step for them.
And basically, I had emails when I did run webinars. I had open card period. I sent out like daily reminders. Last day, even like 3 to 5 emails. So I can reuse them, just changing the wording.
I want to see those.
Okay.
Put the link to those. Well, they're not going to be in English, huh?
But come on, ChatGPT or Google Translate,
yes, do that for me, because what I want to do, and everybody that's listening, you want to do this in a feminine way.
Mm.
You don't want to do it in the old, like, buy this now, your days are running out. You want to do it more in, I see you. You're an amazing parent, but you know that there's some things that you need to do. As you watched in the webinar, the next step would be, and this is why this is the next step. These are some of the results that I've had. Do you see how, like, it's a little bit different than the you only got 5 days left? It really helps them see why this is their space for them, and it makes it more in the feeling. Okay. All right. So, Lauren, can you message Tasha and tell her to go to the YouTube so that she can watch it? Okay. All right. So Tasha's trying to come into she's trying to come into the Zoom. Tasha, no, this is Zoom. It's only for Annika. Okay. All right.
Next
All
time,
right.
Tasha.
Next time, Tasha, we'll do a live one for you. And whoever else wants to be coach live, we'll do this on some of these YouTube. So send me a message because this is so fun. All right. So Annika, when we're looking at this, you have a product that's $297, another product that's $297, and a product that's $497. If we say, okay, and this is going to be selling for you every single day once you set up Ever Webinar. So imagine that. If you had one $297 sale every single day, what would that be let's see, $297 a day for 30 days? That's about $9,000. So doesn't it feel simple? You could really tap into the energy of one sale a day.
Yes.
One sale a day, right? It feels, because you've done 20. Like when people's, like, the first time you do this webinar, and if you can get, like, let's say 50 people on or something like that, you could sell 20. And if if you did 20, just, right there, that would already be about $6,000. You see how simple it can be. And so I'm just showing you some easy ways that this could sell for you every day for the rest of your life. At least, 1 to 2, and then you can get the energy up and say, ooh, 3 a day, 4 a day, 5 a day, right? Because you do have the audience and you will have the ads going, and then this will pay for itself. Question. You have the ads, people are signing up. Do you have something that you could use as a tripwire, something that's $7, $11, just simple, where it would be for that specific topic, but it would pay for your ad spend?
I used to have like an ebook, like 21 ways how to involve your kids at kitchen. It was like very specific. Then I did, then I had also like kind of ebook, like what kind of things you can buy from IKEA that you can get to your home that support your child. There was like product name and description and all these things.
Okay, you still have it?
Yes, of course.
Let's use it. Let's use these as tripwires, and $7. Like, because we just want to, like, pay for the ad spend. You've got 1,000 people clicking on your ads and buying. Let's say 200 of them buy this $7 thing and upgrade. That's $1,400 right there. You know what I mean? You can make one $7, and maybe one, like, if it's more extensive, it can be 11 or $12. Like, it doesn't matter, whatever price point you want, but let's just put some tripwires with the ad spend so that it can pay for your ad spend, and it's like you're not even doing anything. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got that. So any questions? I'm trying to, like, let me know if anything's coming up, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to be finished with this Matotori section, but we're going to let it make money for you. What else is coming up for you?
Should I use AI to translate all my courses to English and do the same, like automated stuff?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. All right, let's think about this first. Your German, I mean, your Estonian audience, sorry, your Estonian audience, they buy from you. They're already in your audience. Let's first focus on monetizing the Estonian audience. And then once this is monetizing and it's so easy, then you'll do an English version of this webinar. And then we'll make like an English side where they can click on this and get the English version of your videos and things like that. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
As you know, my previous mentor was like, no, you have to make a business 1 million in one language, and then you can like
No.
think about different languages. Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to wait. And anyone else that
Mhm.
does things in multiple languages, you don't have to wait for $1 million in one language before you expand. No, that's not, we are automating this. And so what
Mhm.
I want you to really focus on is just like, let's get the income coming through this already that you've already created, the trip, all of that stuff. Let's monetize this and the audience that you already have. Then as we know what like which ad is the best and which way it's hitting and it's so much better, then we can shift it into the English language, and then you'll have like English audios, English videos, English ads, and then you can see what's happening in the English market.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Sounds good.
yes, okay, so that's it. What else is there? Anything else that you have in this Montessori parenting niche that you feel like you would be leaving behind, or have we addressed that piece?
I think I just have like a lot of bonuses, like I don't know, Montessori baby webinar, or like limits and freedom and limits webinar. But it can be like the offer itself, that when you sign up for the course, this is like the bonus you will get, and I have used them as this way.
Let's put it in the bundle.
Mhm, mhm,
Add it to the bundle, make the bundle so sexy, like sell
mhm.
the 297 specific thing, and people can just get
Okay,
that. But then the
okay,
other things, let's pump them in the bundle. I think it'll be
okay,
fine. Okay. All
okay.
right. So we're finished with the Montessori. I believe you can build this to being at least 10,000 euro a month. Like I feel like that's going to, and it could be even more, especially when you start using ads and you start talking to your audience more that this is available. Oh, one more thing I want you to do. When you create the funnels, the emails, I want you to send it to your current audience, because they've already done, most of those have already done the webinar, blah, blah, blah. But we want to like send it to this current audience that you already have, and then start selling them into the first course. And then we'll, like, when those
Okay.
emails run out, we'll send it to the next course. You see what I mean? Because they are already hot for the parenting
Okay.
information.
Okay.
Why not utilize it and talk to the 6,000 people that are already hot for this,
Even if they don't watch the webinar, like,
even if they don't watch it?
okay.
You can,
Okay.
because what we're going to do in the emails are going to be like, here's the webinar, because they already are on your email list. They don't need to sign up to
Mhm.
watch the webinar. We'll say the replay for the webinar is here. And then, in the email, we're going to talk about the replay if they want to see like certain pieces in it. And then we'll also talk about what they can do later, like how they can upgrade and go deeper, and they'll get the webinar and everything else.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we're finished with that. This is, like I said, we can get this to 10,000 euro even this month, depending on how quickly you can get like the first webinar. You move really fast, but knowing how quickly we can get the first webinar up, and then how quickly we can get those emails set up so that they, automatically start sending to your audience and the webinar once it's available. Okay.
Mhm.
So now we're finished with that side. Now let's talk about your idea about what the new part of your business that you really want to focus on. And so the new part of your business, which I'm really excited about, is the Modern Woman Academy. And this is your 3 to 4 month, so either 90 days or 120 days, right, of a deep dive into helping them set up their business. You didn't mention some of the things, but this is what is really going to make you an expert. You know how to do ads, and you know how to do simple ads. It's really important for you to get so specific that this is for the woman who is, do you want to do like corporate women, or women that are parents or mothers who want to have their own business? And you said you want to talk to women like you who have kids that are, going to school, or, going out of the house or whatever. But you want to talk to women who have children, but they know that they have a different purpose. They have a bigger purpose. When you're talking to you say you have a bigger purpose, and you know that your work, your gifts are meant to be seen in the world. I have a program that is going to help you be the full modern woman. And as the full modern woman, I will teach you how not only to create a business from your gifts, I'm going to show you how to market that business using ads, spend so that you can, have more time with your kids, more time with your life, but also feel so empowered because you're using your gifts. So you see how like this is like super
Mhm.
specific, but it's really juicy and it is exactly what you want to do. And so you'll also talk about like we're going to do what do you call it? You're going to talk about mindset. You're going to talk about creating, deciding what their genius is and their gift, like finding what their purpose is and how to speak to it, but then also how to create ads to go to whatever their first product is. So you're going to teach them how to create their first product, how to send ads to a webinar or a masterclass to, promote this product, and then how to facilitate this product. How does that sound?
Mhm. It's more about that because when I started, I did basically 3-month program, but it was only about creating my first course. So it's more about if I want to have it like super practical, it's like maybe too short time period, like to do all hands on, like because for me it took 3 months, like to build my email list, start from scratch. It took me 3 months, and I had like 800 people then in my list. And I also didn't use first time ads, and I got 800 people, but it pushed me out of my comfort zone to get my first attendees to my webinar and my course. And also my course was for free because it was like my first course. I was practicing and all these things, but it was needed to get out of my comfort zone. But if it's like 3 months and to do everything,
Mm.
um, maybe the transformation is not like the same.
So what would feel right for you? Where do you think to get them from island A, which is they're,
Mm-hmm.
a corporate person or they're a mom and they know they have a gift. So you're going to help them find out what their gift is, find their purpose, right? So there's time for that. Then
Mm-hmm.
you're going to help them to create their first product, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there need time for that. And then you're going to help them to promote this product through, building their list and all of that. What is the time frame you feel would be so much better for them to go from island A to having a product and building an audience?
Yeah, for me it was 3 months. Like, and it was like a lot of work because I started from scratch.
Yeah.
All the
So what
technical details, even like how to build the email list, like all the how to use Zoom, and all these challenges might be there if the person just started.
so maybe 3 months isn't long enough because you're also going to do the mindset
Mm-hmm.
piece and you're also going to help
Yeah.
them discover what they need to do. Maybe it's more of a 6 to 9 month program. How does that feel?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it might be more realistic because I think the ads, it can be like it. For me, it came after I had done my free stuff. Even like posting on Instagram or Facebook, it was like so hard for me at the beginning, but I needed to do it to get out of
Your comfort
certain
zone.
level. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say I want you to think this through. I want you to, after this call, I want you to think about like how long do I really want this? Because I really want it to be a thorough program that's going to take them from island
Mm-hmm.
A at least to knowing their purpose, having a product, and then being able to sell it on the, sell it. Because what you get to do, you took 3 months, but you're going to be able to, as the coach and mentor, be able to show them how to do it even faster. They're hiring you because you're going to push them out of the nest a lot faster. They're hiring you because you're going to be like, this is what you need to do. Your next stop is going to be this. Go on Instagram, sell your free thing. Like you're going to have them create the free thing, but also have something that they're selling after. Like you're going to make, really push them a little faster. But I still believe that they still need an extended period of time. So 6 months to 9 months and maybe even a year, play with that. It's probably easier to get people to commit to 6 months
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning. And then you can evaluate that and say, and then they can re up for another 6 months if that's kind of what you want to do. So if we do 6 months, then you get to look at the price point. Maybe for early bird, you can do something for $9.97 and be like, this is 6 months, it's going to blow your mind. But once you get to a certain amount of people that have signed up, then you can double the price if it
Okay.
feels a lot better, like $19.97 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember I also suggested that you add some kind of VIP experience
Mm-hmm.
to this 6 months. So if it's 6 months, it's $9.97 for the program. I would say, what would that be if you decided you were going to offer one call a month and maybe some other kind of support? Maybe it's one day in Telegram every month or whatever, so that they can ask their questions. And so if you were going to, I mean, every week. So if you were going to give them one call a month and a day in Telegram to talk to you every week, what would you want to price the VIP at for 6 months of that?
Hmm. Yeah, you were offering like around 10,000. But that was like, maybe I'm not feeling too comfortable about asking. Now I'm like thinking, yeah, 5.99 or 4.99 or something.
For a VIP?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. This is your time, and I don't want to blow
Yes,
you out of
it
the
is.
water
It
yet.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's think. Okay, $9.97, and you divide that by 6 months. That means they're paying like $167 a month. Like I said, this is the
Yeah.
pre-sale. It's not going to stay at this price. If
Mm-hmm.
they are going to talk to you one to one, maybe you could start it at like the first person gets to get in for like $500 a month. So if it's $500 a month times 6 months, that's about $3,000. So just to give you, maybe that first person says, okay, it's 297, 29.97 to include one-to-one support. And maybe that first person or two people you let in, and then you're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I can do this. And then
Mm-hmm.
you'll probably double it and triple it from there. But what if you open two spots at 29.97 for support, and you can do, it's just one call and then one day in Telegram, and then every week or so. And then that way you can be like, okay, this feels like a lot, right? Once you're doing it, or you can be like, okay, I can double or triple the price. How does that feel?
Okay.
Okay.
It's more about the support part because I don't
Mhm.
have the course yet. It is about the delivery format. Like it's always easier, like to do it live, like Zoom calls, and then like we
Exactly.
we all go together it. But still, there is like question and answers at the end or something like. And also I should provide a little bit more like how to do things also. It's not only like, oh, this is the idea, figure it out yourself. Uh, so yes, uh, it's more about like how this one-to-one, okay, specific
The
programs
one-to-one
and
would
this.
be that they've
Mm-hmm.
looked at the video that week, or they
Mm-hmm.
went to the call, and then they would say, huh, okay, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Like, I don't know the purpose, but I know
Mm-hmm.
that I like talking to women. And then you say, okay, you like talking to women. What do you like talking to about? Or what is your brilliance? Or what have you learned along your life? Right. So that's where the call would probably be the first
Mm-hmm.
call. The second call, they'll probably be like, okay, I now know, I don't know what my freebie would be. And then you'd be walking them through how to do their freebie. You see? Then the third call would probably be, okay, this is what the product I want to do. So do you see how like every month it'll build, but it'll build off of what you've been teaching them? And you're just answering the question the same way you figured it out for yourself. So you
Mm-hmm.
would be able to lead them in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you did one person, like one or two, in
Mm-hmm.
addition to, you were saying your intention was about 30 women you'd love to sign up for
Yeah.
I mean, it would be very easy to get 30 women into this experience. Now, because it's a lot longer, this is what
Mm-hmm.
I want. The way you're setting it up, live video calls, you're going to, maybe have a Q&A hot seat, if maybe, but maybe a Q&A where they ask the question and you answer it, right? Less of
Mm-hmm.
coaching, maybe just answering, because it's a lot of how to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this can be evergreen, which means that when the person comes in, they would see the first month of videos and things like that. And then they would come on the call and they'd be able to ask whatever question, whatever place they're in. And so if
Mm-hmm.
you were to every month get 30 women in, that would be your $30,000 every month. You see what I mean? But you
Yes.
can make this very easy, and then only have 2 VIP spots. How does that feel?
Okay. Yeah, I
Easy.
like easy stuff. I don't want to work too much. It's like it has to be like the right energy, like right focus. Otherwise, it's like working and working and uh, not loving anymore what to do.
Yes. Because here's the thing. Once you do, let's say this is think about it, it's a 6-month program. You're probably going to come live maybe once a week to do the videos, and maybe one of like in 4, like let's say you do 4 teachings, like 3 how-tos and 1 Q&A, 3 how-tos and 1 Q&A, 3 how-tos and 1 Q&A for 6 months. Those videos will go into the bank, and you will never have to teach that again. And so then
Yes.
soon it'll just be Q&As, because you'll point people to all of the how-to videos. If they say, oh, how do I do this ad? And you're gonna be like, oh, in week 7, that's where I taught you the step-by-step process. Go there. That's going to teach you how to do this, right? And more of your teaching or more of your coaching is going to be mindset. More of your coaching is going to be like how to do the things, right? So you're going to have how-to, maybe you do how-to mindset, how-to Q&A, how to mindset, how to Q&A, that's the way you could set it up, just to keep it super simple. And then most of your coaching, it really is going to be the mindset, because you're going to have the how-tos already. You teach it once, it's recorded, they can go to it.
Yeah, I feel that the how-tos will be actually pretty long. Like it can be 1 hour Zoom setting up, or 1 hour, I don't know, even like setting up the emails and everything. It can be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can also, if you wanted to, you could have a how-to that's going to talk about the generic things or the bigger things or what's important, how to set it up. You can also record audios, screen shares, and do that without them on the phone, and upload that as a different resource, right? These are just ways that you're going to make this academy a real academy, where people will be with you live while you're teaching it, but there will be things that will stay in the bank. So how exciting is that? Okay. So one of the things that okay, so $9.97, and then I say when you get you could keep it at $9.97, but it's for 6 months. And so what it could be is $9.97, and then they re-up for every 6 months. So you could say that it's an academy that it's $9.97. When their 6 months is over, they can stay in and still get the coaching, if by paying another $9.97 for the 6 months. How does that feel?
Yes, because I think for this first part, you mentioned like freebie and funnels. I think it should not be included in this first part at all, because it will make it even more like complicated on tech wise. So maybe just the focus will be like building your first product, what is this online course, figuring out the topic and like how to deliver it. And then you have your first online course. And then the next steps can be like setting up the like freebies and like sales everyday funnels and all these things.
I got a new idea. What if this academy is something that is a monthly thing? What
Okay.
if it's $297 a month to be a part of this academy? Minimum 6-month commitment. So $297 times 6, that would be $1,782. So it's $297 a month, minimum 6-month commitment, or they can pay in full for every 6 months, which would be, let's see, $1,697 or something every 6 months. That way you can break it down into semesters. The first thing it's going to be about how to set up, you're like, who are you? What is your purpose? What do you want to do? How are you going to do it? And then setting up, like you said, getting their first thing together. Then the next semester could be about how to get a bigger audience, right? So if you break it down into little semesters, 3 months focus on this, 3 months of this, 3 months of this, and then every single, like you just continue it, they will continue to stay in. You see what I mean? And then they would stay in and pay you $297 a month, or they can pay in full for the first 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound? That way you don't have to, it's a true academy that they're learning different things every semester.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Everyone that's watching, what do you think about this the semester idea? Because what that will do is you can break it down and you can get as detailed as you want. You can also have people come up with questions, for hot seats and things like that. But you will know that this semester we're focused on your purpose, right? We're focused on you getting clear, creating your first product or whatever based on whatever your purpose is. So that's going to be a lot of the mindset, a lot of getting clear about what they're brilliant at and creating their first product. Then the next semester could be about really promoting this product, getting it out into the market, doing those things or whatever. Then the next one could be like automating, right? Because at first, when they get it out of the market, they could keep it very simple. Stripe link, buy, right? The next one could be
Mm-hmm.
automation. And then the next month, the next semester could be all about ads and really growing your audience and like putting gas on the fire, that kind of thing. You can break it down and see where you feel the flow would be best,
Mm-hmm.
but that could be fun. Like how do you feel about that? Because if you had 30 people paying you $297, that's about $9,000 a month. And that would be
Yeah.
guaranteed for 6 months, which would be about $53,000. Or you'll have some people that are going to say, I just want to pay, the lower price for 6 months, right? So it'll go up and down depending on who pays in full.
Yeah, it's more, this is something what I have not done before. Like I haven't sold any like memberships. So it's more about like how to promote it, how to bring it to the market, or maybe I should market it at first as 6 months program. So I have content there. And after 6 months, I'm changing the model. And people who are entering, they actually can start consuming something what is there.
That's a good idea. You could do it. Remember, you're going to create this live. You're going to create it with
Mm-hmm.
them. You could do it where you're doing this as a 6 month program, but you already know what the 3 months and the 3 months is going to be. You can create it as a 6 month commitment, and you can say that, let's see, if it's 297 times 6 months, you'll create it as a 1697. You commit for 1697, pay in full, or you can pay monthly payments of 297. You promote a membership and a program, you promote it the same. The only difference is this academy is something that people can pay monthly for and stay there, or they would just pay in full for 6 months and then decide whether or not they're going to stay for the next 6 months. So you can call it like the Modern Woman program if you wanted to, or you can call it the membership. It's going to be the same thing because you know what they're going to do within 6 months, and that's how you're going to sell it because it's going to be so specific. This is what we're doing in the first 6 months. You come in with this, you're going to leave with this. And then you should say, this is what we're doing in the next 6 months. You're going to want to stay, and this is what it costs.
Yes.
How does it feel? You look a little nervous.
Yeah, of course, because in Estonia, it's like don't compare your price with others. I think the other memberships are like maybe up to like 197 or something. So
a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. I want you to start at a no-brainer price. So if you say 197 a month, you could do 197 a month, and then it's 997 for the 6 months. Because 197 a month is about 1,182. And then you could, say, hey, it's 197 a month, or pay in full for 6 months at 997. You see?
Okay.
So how do you feel about that? Because I want it to be a no-brainer, and I want you to be like, I know I can do this. Like, this is so easy.
Okay. I want to try it.
So in the beginning, sell it at $997, no payment plan. And this is what you have to pay to get in. And then eventually open it up to a payment plan after you get your 30 people. There's a couple of ways you can do this.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I have been like using payment plans like maybe too much. But it's nice. I still like, even if it's like 67 euro payment, but it's still nice. It's coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't ever use payment plans too much because this is how you're going to stack it, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you're continually selling one thing, Modern Woman Academy,
Mm-hmm.
it's 997 pay in full every, for
6 months.
semi-annual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 197 a month. You get 30 people paying you 197 a month the first month, 30 more people paying you 197 the second month. All of a sudden, you go from, let's see, 30 people, 197 a month. That's the first month, so it's $6,000. The next month, it turns into $11,000. The next month, you're gonna it's gonna be $17,000. You see what I'm saying? That's how you stack, and that's how you grow to having monthly recurring revenue for 30,000 euro. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it comes from stacking, you know, um, one to many opportunities or stacking one to one experiences where they're having payment plans and it's a contract. So this is where you would, yes, maybe the first time if everybody chooses the payment plan, you're not rolling in 30,000 in cash, but you do have 30,000 that's going to come over 6 months. Then
Mm-hmm.
you do that again, you've got 30,000 plus another 30,000 coming in 6 months, you see? So to me, that if you believe 197 and you feel like you can do that, let's go with that.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
how does that feel?
Okay. Okay. No, it's not,
Yeah.
now it's more about the timing. If next week I'm planning to run first webinar, then a few weeks later the second webinar. So when should be the promotion about the
Okay.
new program?
So the webinars, those are, you just want to get a couple people on
Yeah,
live while
yeah,
you're doing
yeah,
the
yeah,
webinars. It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
really matter. There's not a lot of promotion for these webinars. In fact, you could probably do one next week and one the week after because you're just going to be sending an email or so to your audience, the existing audience, and just saying, hey, I'm about to have another webinar. This is going to be on this. You're going to walk away with this. Um, this is only just to get you started with EverWebinar so
Mm-hmm.
that this can start selling on your own. So who cares? The most important thing right now is now you get to start talking about Modern Woman Academy.
Okay.
I want you to talk about Modern Woman Academy every day. I want you to talk about the things that you did to build your business. I want you to talk about the things that you did to, I ran out of the gate and after 3 months, I already had 800 people into my audience. How many of you, like if you're if you're listening right now, would have wanted 3 months from now to have 800 more people in your audience? Like
Yeah, without
every,
that, organic.
that's without ads. That was all organic. So imagine what that would be for yourself. You know what I mean? That's going to sell. People, you have experience doing this. And so what your goal is going to be, you've been doing these podcasts, is to start talking about Modern Woman Academy. Now, what is the promotion that you are going to do? What is your master class or challenge, whatever you're going to do to get people into a room so you can sell Modern Woman Academy?
Mm-hmm. I think it will be a webinar because I have tried the 3-day master classes and so on. I tend to over deliver, and then it's like people feel that I got enough from those 3-day events, and it's like I'm not signing up for
That's
the
not
course
it.
this time.
You didn't sell up. You didn't sell enough. That's not it. Because what did I do? I did a
Okay.
5-day event and you joined. I did, you know what I
Yes.
mean? No, it was 11 days,
It
right?
was 10 days or 11 days.
It
Yes.
was 11 days and you joined. Who else? Uh, Kithia joined.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I had a couple of other people that did other things with me. So it's not about the length of time. It's that I sold my ass off. So you want to
Worked.
sell your ass off, right? But I want to know what you like. Do you love webinars? Is that something like you just love to do? You've got a day, you talk about it. Like, do you love webinars?
I think I just am very good at attracting people for signing up for webinars. Because when I did my Telegram experience, I think it's pretty new thing in Estonian market. I think people were a little bit afraid of this like Telegram format. So the number was low. But
Yeah.
webinars, it's something, it's very easy to get people signing up there.
So if you're signing up for, you have Webinar Jam, you have Ever Webinar. So why not? Let's do a webinar. And so I want you to create an amazing webinar that's going to be towards this woman who
Mm-hmm.
has the kids and wants to be more than I don't want to say just a mom, but maybe that's what you do. You're more than just a mom. You are a
Mm-hmm.
modern woman and you get to have your own business and you have a purpose in this world. And we're going to show you what that purpose is, right? And so you send the women to this this webinar, and then you're going to sell Modern Woman Academy for $9.97, pay in full, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And then from there, then you'll do the same thing. You'll have send ads to that webinar and have people every day signing up for it. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
And then what you're going to do in your social media, you're going to talk about being the modern woman, what that looks like, how you moved away from Montessori, how you know that you're meant to do something more and you knew you were meant to do something
Mm-hmm.
more. It started off at Montessori, but you know it was different things. You're going to start talking about the things that you're learning in personal development and how that's changing your life and how you're going to be talking about this in Modern Woman Academy. And you're going to talk about whatever your topic is going to be for your webinar. You're going to talk about that. You're going to sell that. That's what I want your front facing that's what I want your Instagram or whatever, wherever you promote your podcast, all to talk about this and send people to your webinar. Okay.
Okay.
And then you can seed in and talk about Modern Woman Academy, how you're so excited about it, how you're in the process of starting it. And then how long do you need to really get people into a webinar? Let's look. I'm on the calendar now.
Yeah, usually when I start promoting, it has been like I got 2,000 people with 2 weeks.
Okay. So how long will it take for you to set up like a sales page and sales page for your webinar? And then, eventually while you're selling the webinar, one for Modern Woman Academy.
Yeah, I think this takes the longest.
Okay.
But I can basically take any of my previous templates, just change the content there, and it can be done because I don't have like strict working hours. I cannot say it's like done with one day, one working day. It has
Yeah,
to be
no,
more
totally.
flexible. Yeah.
Well, let's
But
do this. When is the
let's
best day for you to do a webinar? Like, do you like to do it on Mondays? Do you like to do them on Fridays?
I love them on Tuesdays because on weekends I usually was like weekend mode, and when I did something on Monday I felt like so stressed out because it was like you are just getting yourself back to the work mode as well. So
I love it.
I even Thursdays or something, like even I preferred like.
I like Tuesday because then
Mm-hmm.
they have until probably Friday to take you up
Okay.
on whatever offer you have. You know what I mean? I like
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah.
So what if you committed to doing your webinar on Tuesday, the 8th of, August 27th? That would give you
Yes.
3 weeks to, you could
Yeah.
set up the ad, you could start the ads on Monday, and then
Mm-hmm.
you'd have about 2 weeks and 2 days to get a good amount of people into the webinar.
This sounds good. And I can
Okay.
have my other webinar already on 13th.
Exactly. Have your first webinar that you're talking about for the Montessori on the 13th, and then you
Mm-hmm.
can have the next one on the 20th, and then you'll have another one on the 27th.
Okay.
Okay. Then what you do once you have the one on the 27th, the whole time in your front facing content, you're going to talk about this. You're going to talk about the, Modern Woman Academy. You're going to talk about your webinar. You're going to talk about creating a business, knowing your purpose. That's the kind of content you're going to create. And then once we finish, right? Once we finish August, you've done the 27th, then I want you to do one more, at least live webinar for the same topic in
Okay.
September. You see what I mean? So that maybe what we do every month, you do a live webinar, for maybe a couple of times that will sell this in addition to the way you're going to be selling Modern Woman in your podcast and on your social media.
Okay.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Yeah.
I know we gave you a lot of
I
homework.
like it because it previously my word was like always launching. So it was like picking launches, nothing happened. So if it's like something it is my business. It's like my a monthly thing. Then yeah, I like it more.
Yeah. And it makes it, you just know, okay, I have a webinar every day. You're talking about, it's going to be specific because you're talking about modern women. You're going to be known to be the woman who helps moms become the modern woman, right? That's going to be it's a movement for you, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And so as you're doing this, you already know you can get 20 people in. You know that
Mm-hmm.
that's easy. 30 people is very simple. You're going to have a whole 3 weeks to be talking about this, get them excited about it, creating podcasts about it, creating posts about it, talking about how like you are going to help them create a super successful business, right? That's amazing. And you're so specific with who you're talking to that the content is going to hit home. Okay. And so then we're going to create an email sequence for this that's going to sell them into Modern Woman Academy so that it's already set up that it's going to be selling for you. And then when it goes on Ever Webinar, you're just going to have people signing up. And all you're going to have to do is do the facilitation because eventually the ads will sell it. Right. So you're already
Yes.
doing this. Okay. All right. Any
Or word
questions?
to word, mouth to mouth. People are like, it's so good. You should check it out.
Yes. So any questions about the thought process? And if you guys have any questions that everyone's watching, because I know you guys are watching and taking notes, what first, Annika, what are your questions as far as like, or anything that you're feeling energetically as far as holding this?
Uh, uh, I love it. I think all my questions will be more about tech related, like how to set up everything, but it's something I just have to take the time to figure out. And I have some experiences, so it's more about, I think, just one
Doing it.
blocker about the tech.
Yeah, it's going to be step by step by step. I can always answer the questions. And if you're not a part of Quantum Queen, get in Quantum Queen. We do this. We can answer the questions about the tech. And then we can also talk about like maybe the first launch, like I said, you do it for $9.97 because it's a no-brainer. And then eventually you can start to add like make it a membership and do
Mhm,
197 a month,
mhm,
6 month commitment kind of deal. But in the
mhm,
beginning, 9.97 to me every 6 months to stay in this is a no-brainer. So it is a
mhm,
membership. It's just a 6 month payment, like 9.97,
mhm,
9.97, 9.97, 9.97. And I don't even think you need to put the payment plan, but you can also like if somebody comes to you and says, "Do you have a payment plan?" You can pull it out and say, here you go.
okay.
Okay. All right. So energetically, you're feeling behind it. You're really excited. You already know what your next steps are. Anything else? And I'm gonna go check to see if we have any questions in the chat.
Who wants to sign up?
Who wants to sign up? Who can speak the Estonian language? Like I
Yes.
know that there are going to be a lot of people that are going to sign up for this. I think you're so focused and your market is so clear that it's going to be a no-brainer. I love the fact that you're going to be bringing in all of your knowledge that, I mean, you've built an audience and I want you to take up space. I built an audience of over 6,000 people
Mhm,
and
mhm,
in 3 months organically, I built an audience of 800. I can show you not only how to build an audience with ads, but I can show you how to build it organically and take you through this. I want you to own that
mhm,
energetically and really talk about all of the things that you've created. And I also want you to bring in some of the amazing things that you've been doing in corporate because a lot of people do not have corporate experience. I think Kruti's on the call. She does have corporate experience, but a lot of times people don't really like us corporate girls. I'm a corporate gal too. I forgot about it and I forgot that that was so important and it's things that make such a difference when running a company. And I didn't value it because nobody, like when I came into this in the scene so many years ago, everybody was like poo poo on corporate. We're like, feminine this and like all of this. And they were like, not like they hated corporate. So I didn't want anybody to know I came from corporate. But I'm like, you know what? I led two 9-figure brands, $100 million brands were my responsibility. And I added 100 million. I mean, I'm sorry, I added 100 million to the bottom line. No, they were $350 million brand that became a 400 million. And I didn't even speak to that. I didn't talk about how I led teams. I didn't talk about the leadership piece because I was embarrassed that I worked for corporate. So I'm telling you, do not go there. Like, bring all of the knowledge that you have in, bring all the organization that you have in, bring the higher level, the way you're going to look at a business. You're going to look at it less like a solopreneur. You're going to look at it like a company, because you have worked for some of the largest, one of the biggest companies in the world. So you have a way of looking at things that other people don't. And I want you to let yourself know that this is a plus. It is amazing. And people are going to be impressed with that. So make sure you put that into your story. Yeah. Okay. Yay. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions, or if anyone has any ideas or questions for Annika. We went a little bit longer, but it was so fun. Let's see.
Thank
I
you.
don't see everybody's like, yay, thank you. Okay. I don't see any questions, but I'll say, so Anika, come back after you've looked at this, worked through it, and you've made your plan. We already got your offer suite. You've got your offer suite for the Montessori. You have the 2 classes. You also have a bundle that includes a lot of little bonuses, which is going to make that bundle even sexier. More people are going to buy the bundle than they're going to buy the 1 class. I'm telling you. So you're going to make it double what you thought you were going to make on the 1 class. So you've got that. And then we have your offer suite when it comes to, like, it's so simple. You've got a webinar, and then you're taking people directly to your academy. It's simple. It's a 6-month academy where you can continue to stay there. It makes it so simple that it's a no-brainer. Heck yes. It's a no-brainer. Heck yes. Okay. Yay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here with your coaching, Anika. She easily is going to be able to, we're going to work through this offer suite. We already built up to about 10,000 euro a month with her her piece, the Montessori side. And then we're talking about 30 people every time she does this webinar. That's 30,000 right there as well. So we're like building her up to about $40,000 months, and what can happen. And she's already got it set up, and it could be even more once she starts the ever webinars, once she starts all of that. And so now is the time for, now all she needs to do is set up these, the tech side of it, right? Set it up where now we can like hit go for it, and then start coming to the front facing promotion for it. But she could easily create a $40,000 business, because she's not only built the audience already, she already has some of the products already. And it's just this new side that doesn't have the products, but she's going to create it as she goes. And so I just want to show you how easy it can be. But the work comes with building the audience, which Anika did already. And the work comes with showing up and promoting yourself every single day. The way you promote can be very different. She loves webinars. Some of you might like live streams. Other people might like 3-day events. Some people might like 5-day challenges. It just depends on what you are going to commit to and show up for. But you don't have to have an offer suite that's filled with 6,000 things in order to create a big, a nice business. Also, we didn't talk about how she could take that $997. Oh, we did talk about it. She could do the $997 and then add 2 VIP spots. That's going to be $3,000 and $6,000 more, from another client that says, oh, I would love to have Anika in my world. I want to have her eyes on my business. I want her to see specifically what I'm doing, which can even be, like I said, eventually we can build that up to 10,000 over 6 months, where she is the person that's helping them. And so there's nothing but up from here. It's just a matter of now putting the work together to organize this and get it set up. So if you are a part of Quantum Queen or Legend Mastermind, get into the chat and say, okay, I want to figure out what my $30,000 month is going to be, and where I need to put my work. Everybody's work is going to be different. Anika doesn't need to put too much work in building an audience. She already knows that she's going to do ads. She already knows she has 6,000 people. You may need to build the audience, but you already have the products, right? or you may need to build an audience and get the products. It just depends on where you are. We can work from there. And then you see how I said in the beginning, maybe her first month is 6,000, but then it's going to build from there depending on like if people took a payment plan or if they decide to, they buy the 297 instead of the 497. It's just going to all depend on the way the people buy. But energetically, where I want her to go and where I want her to be is like my audience is ready to buy. Let's talk about that. So, Annika, energetically, this is what the thoughts I want you to have. My audience is here. They're ready to buy. They're always ready to buy. They know what they want. They pull out their credit cards. I'm on fire. The things that I do are amazing. People love my Montessori section of my business. They love the Modern Woman Academy. I'm on fire. Like, I want you to be like, and look for all the ways that that's true. Be in the energy of people are always ready to buy. There's always ready to pull out their credit cards. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm always talking to the right people, and my people love to buy from me. They love to purchase. And then you're just in the energy of course, this is working. All I need to do is set it up energetically. I mean, set it up technically, and they're already ready to buy. You see that?
Absolutely. I will cut
So,
this part and listen it hourly or something.
Lord, we can make the whole video, but then we can also like take the audio and then put that in the people want to buy from me riff. And then listen to that every day. Just walk and be like, yes, people want to buy, and do your manifestation and motion walks and be like, yes. And then what you can do also is we did the gap eraser method where you just sing the songs. And so you could sing, 2 webinar sales a day, 2 webinar sales a day, or something like that. Once you start getting the webinars, and it's like and then imagine if you had two people buying the 497 a day. Like that's like $1,000 days. That's $1,000 days just from the other side of the business that you're not even doing anything with. Wouldn't that be fun? This is what's possible, but we need to combine the energetics with you getting the work done. So let's get the work done, and then let's play with two sales a day, two Montessori company sales a day, two Montessori sales a day, right? And just play with that and imagine what's going to happen. What's going to happen? It's going to
Yay.
be good. Okay. All right. All right. I could go on for days, but I think this is a great place to end. I will be in the chat looking for if you have any questions. We'll break it down. You can rewatch this. We'll send out a replay reminder so that you can rewatch this and just write notes. And just remember how we did it logically, but we also are tapping into like possibilities now, because now logically she knows what to sell, how she's going to sell it. She created the pathways, and then energetically she gets to tap into 30 people on her webinar, 2 people a day on this, right? So you're meshing your energetics with the logical, and now it makes sense. It just makes sense in your brain's like, let's go, because you made it very clear. Okay. All right. Well, I love all of you, and I will see you on the next Quantum Queen TV.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. All right. Mika, that was good. Do you have any questions before you go?
No,